Okay, in this video, I'm going to be covering the new 1348 Legends indicator and the GoldenEye Master 3.0. So what's new in the GoldenEye Master 3.0? If you go into the settings, you will see that there is a Use Trade Design 2.0 checkbox that's enabled by default. And so this will give you the new trade designs. The new trade designs are meant to be a lot more stable. That is, they won't grow and shrink in size as much when the trade designs are forming, which would previously happen if your candle grew quite a bit, right? So this should get you a much more stable trade design. The other thing it does is it tries to keep your risk tighter, and it also gives you time to enter the trade, and it also gives you much more realistic trade designs. Now, that being said, if you're finding your entry to be a little bit too late, or if you want to change it, or if you want to bring it closer, then you can play around with these two numbers, right? So the second number is the entry number. So if I set it to 0.5, it's going to bring it closer to the open. If you set it to 2 or greater than 1, essentially, it's going to push it further away. So by default, just leave it at 1. But if you feel like you want to enter quicker, you can go for a smaller number here, like let's say 0.75. Right, so you can get a better entry. You don't really want to be playing around with this too much. Just uh, try out the defaults, and if you find it on a consistent basis that this thing needs to change, then you can go tune it. Then same thing for the risk. If you're finding that the risk is too tight and you want a little bit more breathing room, then you can increase this number. Right, so this will just raise the risk, and it will also raise your take profits, because your take profit is dependent on your risk, right? So it's going to increase the risk. Now, one thing to note is this is not going to let you go beyond the risk of Trade Designs 1.0. So if I turn this feature off, this Use Trade Designs 2.0, you will go to the old trade designs. And in the old trade designs, the risk was right here. And so with the new trade design, with it set to 2, it's not going to go above that previous level of risk. So it will still try to protect you from having too big of a number here. And by default, this is 1. You can just leave it at 1. So your risk is tight, you've got time to enter, and you've got a much more realistic trade design now. Okay, the next thing is, this is more of a psychological thing and to keep you humble. So this will show you the win rate required to break even. Essentially what this is saying is, let's say you took 10 trades and you lost 5 of them, they hit your stop loss, and the other 5 hit the 1-to-1 and you got out. This is saying your win rate is 50%, right? That means you won 5 and you lost 5, which means you broke even at 50%. Let's say you won 6 and lost 4, now you're a profitable trader. Similarly, with 1.5, it's got a win rate of 40%, which means you really need to win 4 trades out of 10 to break even. If you win 5 out of 10, that means you're a profitable trader if it hits 1.5. So this is just to keep you humble, and it's to it's to drill the importance of taking profits at the take profit levels and not try to capture the whole move, because you really don't need those many trades to become a profitable trader over time. And this is an optional feature. You can turn it on if you want to see those numbers. So the next thing is, if I scroll down here, you will see the show position sizing. So if you turn this on, you will get this thing, right? For this particular trade design, it's going to say you can't take this trade, the risk is too large. Just that because my max loss per trade is set to 200, and the value between here to here will make me lose more than 200. So it's saying don't take this trade. I'm going to lose 275 according to this trade design. So now you can also see a dollar figure, right? Because I'm going to lose 275 if it goes against me and my max loss is 200, it's saying stay away. Let's say your max loss was 300, and now you'll see that it's saying, okay, you can go in with one contract, and this is how much you stand to make at each of these take profits. Okay, so now that is out of the way, let's get out of replay mode, and I'm going to show you one other feature, which are the interactive trade designs. Now what is this? So some of you requested for the trade designs to stay on the screen and not go away when the next one forms, right? So this is to address that. If you turn on use interactive trade design, at this time and on this date, you will see a vertical line. So by default, it's set to September 29th at what's this, 5 p.m. almost. You will see this line here, right? This vertical line. Now what you can do is you can move this vertical line. So if I move this vertical line back in time, it's going to show you the trade design that happened before that line. If I move it further back, now it's showing me this one. Similarly, if I go to this red one, it's going to show me this trade design. And if I go back to this one, it's going to show me how this trade design played out. Right? Now, there is a downside to using this, which is essentially where you set this vertical line becomes really important. You are not going to get new trade designs if you have this feature enabled and you have the line somewhere back in time. You need to keep manually moving this line to the current candle to get the latest trade design. So let's see how this works in replay, right? So now my line is over here. It's not going to let you set it over here when the thing is active. It's going to do this. So let's say I got this trade design, I took it, my line is back there in time, but now you're wondering why I didn't get this trade design. That's because this line is over here. You will have to manually bring it over here to see the new trade design. This can get a bit annoying, so just know that this is an issue and I can't really do anything about this. This is a trading view problem. So if you don't like this, turn this feature off, use it for backtesting, use it for whatever else, right? So, and if you do want that feature and you're okay with moving that line, then leave it on and move that line. It's up to you, it's your preference. You see now it just gives me the trade designs automatically. Okay, let's exit replay. And let's go into this thing again. So the one last thing I'm going to cover is the number of accounts. So let's say you were using a copy trader on Trade08 and you had linked 3 accounts. So I'm going to set this to 3. What that does is it scales the contract sizes according to the number of accounts you've set, because Trade08 expects you to specify the contract size, the total number of contracts across all the accounts. This thing does the math for you. So it's asking you to take 12 contracts, which is essentially 4 contracts per account. And this is how much you stand to lose, which is 750, and you can stand to gain 750, or in the best case, when it hits the 2.5 to 1, you stand to gain 1875. So that's it for GoldenEye Master 3.0. To recap, you've got the new trade designs, you've got the risk and entry scale, you've got the new position sizing with the dollar figures, you've got the interactive trade designs, and you also have the win rate. Okay, so let's cover the 1348 Legends indicator. So the 1348 Legends indicator replaces the Genie and Master signals. It includes the 1348 cross with the cloud, all of the EMAs, and it includes the new traffic light ribbon. And as you can see for yourself, when the traffic light ribbon and the 1348 cloud is in your favor, you can take the A setups with confidence. And when the cloud thins out, you can take the B setups until they turn into an A setup. But look at this. This is a B setup. You won't have really taken this one because the cloud might have still had strength. But here, take a look at this trade design that it gave you. So you got the trade design. Let's say you didn't take it because the cloud is still forming. But you see the cloud thinning out now, right? And this thing came back right to your entry. The cloud is thinning out. You could have taken your entry there because everything, this thing is still saying it's going up. The cloud is thinning out, which should give you more confidence to the upside. And then you can just take that entry and then you have a profitable trade there. And similarly, you can see this next B setup play out in your favor. Let's see. There you go. You got another B setup to the upside. You got a green cloud and a red 1348. And there you go. You can, this thing hit all the way up here. You could have taken your profits. And really, nah, that's it for the legends indicator. So you really just need these two indicators to start trading now. And this should be your new chart. You don't need thigh gap, you don't need SAR candles, you don't need MACD, you don't need anything else. You should be good with these two indicators. I hope this is helpful. Thanks.